Hi everybody, Sandy here from Sandi Cooks. Tonight I am going to make something very simple but really yummy, delicious, and that is bruschetta or bruschetta. I'm not sure the exact pronunciation. I've heard it both ways. I think the right way to say it is bruschetta in Italian, but don't hold me to that. Anyway, very simple. Some fresh bread that we're going to slice and crisp up in the oven. And then we're going to make some tomatoes. We're going to chop them up with some basil and some balsamic vinegar and a little olive oil, a little bit of salt, and we're ready to go. That's it. Delicious appetizer and one of my wife's favorites. My son's not going to be home for dinner tonight, so I'm going to make something nice for my wife. So come along with me, and I will show you how to make bruschetta. Come on. Alright, I'm going to set my oven to 350 here. And that'll be so we can toast the bread. Because bruschetta actually is the bread, not what you put on top of it. So it's the toasted bread. So anyway, that's what we're making. Okay, so I got my silpat here. That's what this is going to go in. And I'm making a really small batch here. So I just got one small roll from the grocery store. And I'm going to just take the ends off. I'm going to cut them to about half an inch thick, let's call it. Okay, so we're just going to cut a few of these. All I really want is to have like 4 of them. 2 for my wife and 2 for me. We'll see how much this ends up making. Because I don't really have much tomato. I just have some leftover tomato I'm going to use, so. Alright, there's no reason I can't just toast that and put a little butter on it. So I'm going to do that. Alright, so what are we going to do here? You know what? Let me quiet that while I'm showing you how I'm cooking. Alright, just some extra virgin olive oil, and I'm just going to put a little bit on here, each piece. Don't worry about it being exactly spread out. It will get soaked up. And that's it. Okay, when the oven is preheated, we'll put these in for about 10 minutes. And then we'll check them about every 3 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes after that. We just want to take them to just a little golden brown because we want them to be crunchy to the tooth, but we want the inside to still be nice and chewy, not hard as a rock. So, in a few minutes. Okay, I really wasn't kidding. I only have a few tomatoes left here. Oh, no. That ran away from me. Where'd it go? Come on. There it is. Okay. Start over or just keep going? I guess I'll just keep going. So anyway, I just have some leftover tomatoes here that didn't get used in salad this week. And I want to chop these up pretty good. So I'm just going to kind of get them started here so that they don't go flying all over the board as I chop them. So I'm just like cutting them in little quarters here. You could do whatever you want here. I'm just trying to keep them so that when I start doing this, they don't roll all over the table. That's all I'm trying to do here. I like these little cherry tomatoes that are different varieties because they do have different tastes, different flavor profiles. Cut this off of here. Little ugly spot on there. Oh, here's another one. I could just toss this tomato, but like I said, I don't have many. So I'm going to try and hold on to it. Just get rid of those icky bits. And one more. Come on. All right. Let's chop up our tomatoes here. There's no garlic in this. There's no onions in this. It is tomatoes, extra virgin olive oil, balsamic vinegar, and some salt. And that is it. And I like to make it up a little bit in advance so that the tomatoes have a chance to really take in the balsamic vinegar. Now, some people make this fairly dry. They like to have it mostly just be the tomatoes, the flavor that you're tasting. And tomatoes are lovely. They're one of my favorite foods, don't get me wrong. But I really want, when I make this, I want the basil and the balsamic vinegar to pop. Because tomatoes don't have a strong flavor, right? So the only way you're going to get a pop on this dish is from the herbs and spices you use. And we're already not using garlic or onion, which pretty much everything I make has garlic and onion in it, almost. All right, so there you go. I'm going to just dump some of that liquid out into the sink because we don't need extra liquid. That's actually probably going to be just about perfect in terms of the amount. All right, you hit this with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. That was, I don't know, tablespoon. Okay, I found my balsamic. I'm going to use at least double, more like probably 4 times the amount of vinegar to oil. And then we're going to add just a little bit of salt here because tomatoes need a lot of salt to give them flavor. That is my oven telling me it's ready. So the bruschetta itself can go in. Oh, you know what I forgot here? Basil. I need basil to put in here. I would normally use fresh basil and I would chiffonade it, but the fresh basil that they had at the store was $5 for a container like this, and I don't need that much. So I'm going to put, let's call it about a teaspoon maybe? Maybe not quite. 3/4 of a teaspoon into that amount. You know what? No, I'm going to add a little bit more. Let's call it a full teaspoon. Okay, and the reason is that dried spices, dried herbs do not have as strong of a flavor or scent as fresh. So going with a little bit more is fine. And that's it. I'm just going to let this marinate. Do I have enough salt? A little bit more. Okay. And now the bruschetta is going to go in the oven, like I said, for about 10 minutes. Okay, that's 10 minutes. So let's take a look at our bruschetta. It's drying out. It's not too far off. I'm going to say 2 more minutes, maybe. No, 3. 3 will be good. All right, let's take another look. There we go. The edges are nice, have just a nice little brown around them, but the insides, while crispy, still have some give. And what I'm going to do, a little trick, is I'm going to take them off of the baking tray right away because I don't want that residual heat drying them out more. They're going to give up more heat on their own, or more moisture on their own, right? They're hot, they're going to give that up. I can't do anything about that. But I don't need the extra heat going on to dry them out more. All right, so there we go. And then to serve it, you serve the bread with the bruschetta on the side. I like to anyway, so that people can put as much as they want on. Although you could put it on yourself and just put it out there. Either way works. As soon as you put it on, though, realize you're going to start turning the bread to mush. right? So that's why I don't like to make them up ahead of time. Okay, I decided you needed to see what this looked like at the end. So I'm just going to take a little bit here, a little bit of our bruschetta on there, a little bit more. Actually, I said it wrong. I said this before. The bruschetta is the bread, not the stuff on top of it. So anyway, it's a little tomato, basil, with balsamic and extra virgin olive oil. That is our bruschetta. Anyway, bon appetit. I hope you enjoy it.
If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button. Subscribe to Sandi Cooks on YouTube so you don't miss new videos.